So I worked for the NHS for 27 years. I did a 3-year training course to be a registered psychiatric nurse. Anyway, I was talking about having babies. Have you had a baby? What was your experience of having a baby? Because I've had a few babies. I've had 4 pregnancies, okay, but I have 5 children. Work that one out. Anyway, with my first child, you know, obviously I didn't really know anything about anything, only stuff that I'd maybe read about, seen programmes on television, this, that and the other. So I actually went 2 weeks overdue. My blood pressure was extremely high. I had some protein in my urine. That should have really triggered me to go straight into hospital because of the risk of eclampsia and preeclampsia. But no one would do anything. Everyone sat on their hands because the consultant was away on holiday and they didn't want to do anything until he got back in case he was angry with them. Anyway, so there's that. When I actually went into hospital, it was like 3 days to induce me. I mean, that was just a nightmare. What can I say? Having a baby, it hurts. I don't care what way you want to look at it, it does hurt. After that, it was custom, that's in 1992, it's customary to go into a maternity home. You could stay there for up to 2 weeks. So I decided I'll go to a maternity home for a short period of time. I was met by this harridan in a uniform, a midwife. She said to me, do you want any painkillers? And I said no, because I just had some before I'd left the hospital to come here. It's only about half an hour ago. And she goes, well, you don't get any brownie points for being in pain. Now that pretty much set the tone of my stay there. That I think when one or two perfectly normal members of staff, but most of them just sort of treated you like children, and there was no sort of, I guess there was no respect, there was no real preservation, because you should always preserve a patient's dignity. That is what was always drilled into me right from the word go, but there was no preservation of dignity at all in this place. It was just like a hellhole. It was a prison. It's like a prison. So I basically oh yeah, and you couldn't keep your baby with you overnight. You weren't allowed to do that, even if you're breastfeeding. You know, you had to get up and go into the nursery to do it. So that was not great. Anyway, if you just like my videos and maybe follow me, that would be wunderbar.